is going to be the choice here as the final pick for the side of Gen.G.
Corki coming through here for Chovy. Not something we're going to be super excited about, but in this matchup, definitely going to be an advantage in the early laning pressure to come through here from FAKER. Do also expect this to be the AP LeBlanc. Combine that with a Jarvan as well, there actually is an incredible amount of power in that mid-jungle 2v2, whereas Rel Corki, once it gets going, it is extremely strong, but the expectation will be that it is going to take a lot more time to get going. And in general, the Gen.G composition, to me, doesn't have any great early game.
Scale up as we hop into the rift for game number 1. T1, 하나, 둘, 셋.
T1, 화이팅!
Gen.G 하나 둘 셋.
Gen.G 파이팅!
미니언 생성까지 30초 남았습니다.
All right, fans are out in force tonight, as this is a big matchup between T1 and Gen.G. It's good we get this matchup. We get to practice for the future. Six more that we're going to get in upper finals and grand finals, and then upper finals and grand finals plus the 2 extra summer round robin matchups.
Surely a team will rise up and match them.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it looks like Hama Life Esports would be the team to do it, but if they get crushed by T1 as well next week, then I don't have a lot of hope.
Yeah, I do feel like that is gonna happen. We'll see. Maybe a patch can help. No, I don't think a patch is going to be enough. With how both of these two teams are playing right now, it seems hard to imagine. So some of the tech that we see here, Pace has gone for barrier as well.
Line pick the Jace and be very happy to go for it as we have aggression. The flash bubble gonna get a flash out of Lehens, as Owner was making his presence felt in the bottom lane.
Big thing there is that both of these supports are really juicy targets now that especially when the ultimates are available for both junglers. Engage for either bot lane here is an inkling. I think Canyon actually showed up there and they're going to say thanks for the leash. Will be a big win if Gen.G can get an early dragon here, given that they do have a composition that scales very comfortably, courtesy of Pace and Lehens in his bot side.
Yeah, even a singular Mountain Dragon, it's not going to feel amazing for the squishies, but for Cassante and Rel, they're going to obviously love that one. So early objectives going the way of Gen.G as Chovy's just not allowing FAKER to go there.
Try and make a visit as we have a possible topside gank here.
Yeah, we did just see Keen kind of bait that one out. Now we have the Ghost coming out, all out used as well. And Zeus not going to be able to flash away from this one. It's first blood given over to Keen. Excellently set up.
Very straightforward. Not a lot of counterplay to that one. The moment that he starts the CC chain, Keen with his all out. No way for Zeus as Canyon then follows up with the Q. Finds W. Doesn't even need to invest his ultimate. Gonna be a big win, allowing Keen to more handle the CS lead. Because
Zeus did hold on to his flash from the last gank. Might have to use it here. As Smite's going to come down. That is a miss on that one. He does elect to just knock him away, and there's the flash, but he uses it right into the W of the Cassante, and he is just absolutely dead as the return gank comes through from Canyon, and it is absolutely success. Feel good about that one.
Canyon starts it up now with package available. We'll see if T1 actually wants to go for this due to the ganks. Keen already sitting on a completed item, as well as the steel caps. Quite strong. Owner might look for a steal here.
Yeah, FAKER backing on a ward, but Chovy actually stopped his back, so FAKER's like, maybe we just try to stop this one as the tidal wave comes through. It's a Rel. You're never going to steal that one away.
For T1, it would actually be quite good to deal with some of the Corki poke if they can pick up multiple of these Drakes as...
Oh, there's the Gravitum. And a TP behind them. Guma carry on so much trouble as Guma will be left to the fishes. They give this kill to Pace as well. And look at this. Zeus nearly dies. We do have Owner up in the top lane, but I don't think you're ever getting Keen. Second gets the max range knockup. And Keen in the 1v2 picks up his third kill. They're going to kill him.
And Owner is also AD.
Yeah.
You know, Jarvan's passive, it's nice, but it's not going to help you get through that. And Gen.G just completely running away with the early game with a composition that has a scaling advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the old days of just going for like Zeri and an Azir, and you just win the early game anyway. And
Yeah.
yeah, I remember a certain team that was pretty good at doing that. And Lens is in a very awkward spot. He is Lulu, so maybe he just is fine. He will win the trade with Redemption for now, as Wild Growth does have to be used. Faker flashing the wall to get away from Canyon, as it did kind of turn into a bit of a bait. Lions did have to use Redemption and Wild Growth, but they get the flash out of Faker.
Gonna take that trade any day of the week. Of all people should know how dangerous Lulu is. Not able to get a lot done, and so much of this is T1 trying to go for a counterpunch.
Yeah, not sure if this is really going to amount to too much, as immediately TP comes in from Chovy, and
Tough to deal with.
I mean, for anyone who's AD, which is 3 people on the side of T1, like, Faker is not in a fed position, and yes, they nearly take Lahenz's head off, but he's got heal, he's got his Redemption back, does not have Wild Growth, and will have wanted to use that here on one of his other members of his team. T1 still wrapping around, trying to contest this. Chovy with the package here as well. Faker trying to beat this one out early as some poke does come out. Canyon looking for the engage. They get the cleanse out of Guma as package immediately out of Faker. He's in so much trouble. Look at his health bar on the top side. Down he goes as the turret will help them out. And Faker immediately is taken down. That'll be a third Drake going to Gen.G as T1 will give up on it. And they're looking for a bit more. I mean, Guma's taking maximum damage here as a cube comes down. Guma not going to get all outed here by Keen.
No.
And Keen takes 0 damage, right? He's taking negative damage. He has so much armor.
Keen's not even remotely impressed. And going into this fight, I really want to give credit where credit is due.
As Rift Herald also coming down, maybe trying to make a play here for this mid-tier 1. See how far they go with this one.
Keen, who I thought was going to be one of the biggest weak points here just because of how good Zeus has been, just with the help of Canyon, has been able to do so much work.
Tidal Wave coming in, also committing onto Keen. I mean, you just immediately die. That's never going to work as desperation from T1, and Gen.G immediately put that one down as 5 members here in the mid lane just continuing to pressure up, but they run out of a wave. Zeus is going to miss the Shock Blast, and Gen.G just going to run away from this one, but look at the control that they have. They don't necessarily have to run away from this one unless they want to go towards that Baron. As even at this point, could consider it, but they're just going to back away from it for now.
Keen just doesn't care.
Yeah. No, he doesn't take damage. Like, why even fire the Shock Blast at him?
Guys? Yeah, this is the
Don't
pressure.
even bother!
They just used Scryers just to make sure that they're not doing...
T1 are trying to do that, but you get close to the sun, you're probably going to get burned, as we did see there. Keen is going to TP pretty early on this one. It's going to take a decent amount of damage. Got to be careful about just taking free damage after all. As I think that was a Shock Blast in the Keen. I don't even see his health bar move. Redemption was used early, but now Keen in the front line. Faker trying to get some poke down. Has a ton of damage already in owner. He's just going to get burst down. Immediately the package comes out as Guma burst to a crisp in the back line. As one missile could do it, but they don't even really care about him. They take away Zeus from the map. And Guma is just trying to survive here for as long as possible. One auto would do it. And I think Chovy, yeah, he's just going to clean that one up. Doing the most damage at only 200 or 2,800, and it is a massive wipe in favor of Gen.G.
No one on Gen.G has died yet!
Yeah.
What is happening?
It's, Gen.G are just kind of stomping.
They are just... This is... Right. And steal a soul against a Rel, which obviously isn't happening. And at this point, T1 is so far behind that they just don't have the item breakpoints. They don't have the advantage that they need with this comp to get anything going.
Yeah. And you see Gen.G, they are a pretty thick death ball. They're very tanky with the Rel in the front line over there with the Lulu to back it up. And then you've got a nice amount of poke and siege if you do want to go ahead and do that as a 4-man unit. Zeus just kind of desperately pushing an outer on the bottom side of the map. I mean, Gen.G trying to just utilize their Baron buff here. Already 2,000 gold in the lead. But he will pick up at least the objective bounty. The fact that there is an objective bounty kind of shows you where the degree angle.
Yeah, it's T1. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, though, there's no angles. If it wasn't Gen.G, if this was like DK that somehow got themselves in this position, I'm like, they'll find a way. But it's Gen.G.
Yeah.
Gen.G does not lose from these positions. And how could they when they have a core key that's 3.5k gold up? Really, the hardest thing now is...
Oh boy, he's just going for it, man. He's just Valkyrieing forward, looking for kills. He's like, 4 is not enough. And yeah, I mean, T1 desperate to just try to get anything, but they are going to lose this inhibitor as Gen.G storm through the front gates. They get the mid-inner as well. And yeah, I mean, at this point, FAKER just going to try to TP in, but it is maximum desperation as Keen's going to get that knock up here onto FAKER. He's in a bit of trouble as 1v5 is doing more damage. A massive engage comes in immediately from Canyon, and they all get blown to smithereens. As right through the front door, Gen.G gonna win this game in 27 minutes.
No deaths!
It's over. No deaths, 12 kills, make it 13. This first game is an absolute flattening from Gen.G. As Chovy's gonna pick up his 7th kill. They wanna get him legendary. It's not gonna happen, they don't care. GG as Gen.G take the first win in excellent fashion.
Oh my, this is really interesting. Chovy, although we do know how good he is on the Ahri, also opting to pick it into, again, the Taliyah I'm okay with. We've talked a lot about the fact that you have so much mobility on Ahri that you can kind of circumvent the way that Taliyah plays the game. But if you add a Poppy to that, I feel like the zone control for T1 is incredible. T1 must be feeling a lot better here, although there are still, I think, some of the same hallmarks of if you do fall behind with this composition, it becomes really hard to play out. That said, though, this time it's the same for Gen.G. If your Kalista lane really doesn't get going early, maybe you can win through the TF and the gold that he generates on the map.
Starts right now. T1, 하나, 둘, 셋.
T1, fighting!
Gen.G 하나 둘 셋. Gen.G 파이팅!
Game number 2. And I really hope that we go to game 3, because if this is a 2-0 stomp from Gen.G, I mean, all power to them. A great team. I'm sure they'll deserve it, but that does deny us from the action we were looking
not what
for.
we want.
We don't want a 2-0 stomp. We kind of wanted this to be a back-and-forth close battle. Already game 1 was like a 27-minute stomp fest with 0 kills to T1. So, hoping for a bit of a closer game, at least for game 2 to start. Although,
it can't be as bad as game number 1, right? Valdez?
that was looking a little bit scary, but Owner is...
Be very happy, try and look for these early all-ins. Tristana in general, until you get to the later stage of the game, really going to be reliant on jumping on top of you to both win trades and look for all-in windows. As Canyon is going to be able to steal this away early on. Whoa, I don't know. Owner will definitely know. They are going to run into one another now.
Yeah. He is Rel, and could potentially try to fight for this one, but he is in the enemy jungle, so pretty dangerous. And Owner's just chasing him down. He's just saying, no, I will win this fight, and he will. In a very long lane, quote-unquote, that is the jungle. But Canyon is just going to get away here to the disengage.
This did cost a lot of time for Owner, though, who is still level 2.
Yeah, Canyon's going to be like, this is weird. To find you here at level 2 after taking my jungle away.
He doesn't have top prio, though. Maybe have an early skirmish. Chovy's on his way.
Smite comes in, but a double knockup now on both of the T1 members. Double stun as well as the cleanse is utilized by Zeus to get away. But still a win here for the side of Gen.G in the 2v2 as Flash, a handshake is going to miss. As Guma just dashes away from that one. Cleanse utilized here from Pays. They're trying to get on top of this Nami, but Pays getting pretty low. Still going in on this one as the bailout is available, and he will get it as First Blood goes to Pays, and he's looking for a bit more as the double hit from the Lucian is enough to take it out, and Guma just barely... Oh no, he dashes back in, and Lehens is going to pick up the kill.
Lehens, I think even in the worst case scenario, probably would have traded. Even a couple of minion orders, I think, might have done it there. And that was, again, a win in the bot lane for Gen.G and an early Drake going over.
For all that, should be able to just cleanse a gold card and then hop away. I don't imagine this should have much success. As Chovy's going to get caught in the river, has to dash away from this one. Does go back into Owner, trying to bait this fight out, as Owner will take a massive amount of damage. The true shot as well, but Zeus is going to win the 1v1 in the top lane, so now T1 looking to continue on this one. Zeus just going to hop away, and now Canyon in a really rough spot. Has to flash, but doesn't have any follow-up in terms of damage. He's going to go down as well. That's a very nice charm here from Chovy, trying to buy himself some time. Seismic Shove is going to be critical here from Faker, as he's just going to get the flash out of Chovy. A big win for T1 in the trade on the top side of the map.
Looks like Gen.G still wants to look for a contest. Faker's a little bit low on mana, but outside of that, he's going to get a ton of build-out value here if they want to win.
Oh, Lehens, he is going to dodge that bubble, and now the engage comes in with the Magnet Storm, but they're so low on the side of Gen.G. Owner, though, is being chipped away. Fate's Goal is going to get that kill onto Owner here, as now Faker's getting pretty low himself, but Canyon went so deep for that play, as eventually Faker will be taken out. Chovy still no ultimate ability, so he will go down as well. Zeus makes his way down, and that should be T1's Dragon to take.
Dragon is going to go over. Gen.G do have a counterpunch on the other end of the map, but a much more even trade compared to last time. Big as well. It's also that another kill went over to Lehens. And if Chovy had his ultimate available, that could have been out there. Don't think that I've seen this yet. Lethality, like, it's mostly just early Dirk, and then you go towards the Norma Callista items.
When you don't want to play Varus, I guess just do this. But Guma gets in with the culling. He is going to kind of miss it as they go into the river. Here comes Chovy. They have a Rel behind them as well. Charm could be huge if he hits it. There it is, onto Owner. He's in a lot of trouble, but the stun for the Rel is going to miss. It will not matter as Pace takes him down in the 4v3 that was set up nicely here from Gen.G. Getting in once again with that one against the flash out of Guma. And man, Gen.G's getting so much value out of this play on the bottom side of the map.
Keen's roaming as well. Faker was looking for a possible ult angle. Doesn't have level 2 of the ultimate just yet. And the fight was already kind of lost, so there wasn't really an opportunity for T1 to try and collapse on that. We'll see if Keen ends up ulting back towards the top side of the map, because Zeus is going to make this turret disappear. It's a great magic trick. I know he's playing against TF, but I'm sure he has something to say about him on. Yeah, there is the ultimate, as expected. Don't want to give over too much free gold to Tristana, but a big win for Gen.G in that one. Protected by their respective knights, as we might have a fight for Herald here, Valdez.
Yeah, kind of an interesting one. Zeus did pick up his first item, so maybe just trying to utilize the Tristana value, but the cleanse forced out already. And a knock away from Owner, but the timing is totally off. I mean, look at this. Now, Chovy can re-engage. They get the flash out of Keen, but total control of the river right now does go towards Gen.G, and Chovy is not done with this yet. Rocks on cooldown at the moment for Faker, so Chovy just gets to dash around and have some fun. And yeah, that's easily going to go into the hands of Gen.G.
With the health bars low, T1 might have preferred to back off and save their TP, because both Chovy and Faker TP'd. Gonna be feeling great for Gen.G because they did actually get the Herald.
No!
Nah, surely that was on purpose,
Not
right?
like this, Canyon.
Canyon!
Yeah, that's
that was not on purpose, chat. We know.
Well, there's a wall coming out here as Faker trying to make a play. He wants to make a difference in this game. And he's just gonna sling some rocks at Lehens. No! He gets away! On basically no health, as yes, he did have to flash, but Faker's gonna be kicking himself for that one.
We're getting a back and forth game, fellas. That's all I can ask for. A lot of frustration, I imagine, for either of these teams, as Paces just seem to accept Varus is not cool anymore. Callista is Varus, but with a utility ult. We're gonna make it work. Ghostblade now done as well, and outside of Poppy, there isn't a lot of tankiness, as Canyon might look for a steal.
Now let's see if he can get it. Yes, he can.
Rel!
It's Rel! As how many times do we have to see this? Keria also isolated, free kill for him. Zeus, meanwhile, yes, he will take the turret, but Gen.G, they're stacking Drakes. They are winning these fights, and they're continuing to put pressure on this map.
Pace, gonna be at the very least doing a lot of damage. Guma, I think, should be able to clear the wave here. Oh, that is a cannon minion.
Pace does not care. Imagine if that Q hit. The damage is, let's say, off the chain.
It's problematic.
A similar role, I suppose. Handshake, oh boy. Keria just caught out here once again. Guma just going to put some damage in. Lehens relatively tanky with this itemization, so...
Things like Rel and TF and Ari is going to be feeling really good as the wall
Yeah, they're just trying to open up this mid lane and look for a play onto the turret. That's a knockup on a Canyon. The max range seismic shove as the bailout doesn't do anything. It's a kill for Zeus. And just like that, they are going to clear the wave, so no turret does go down just yet. And in fact, Keen did get a turret on the bot side of a map. So now Chovy coming on in, using the end of his Spirit Rush just to push them away.
Little attempt of Gen.G there
Baron.
is that T1 do pivot. Oh!
20-minute Baron.
The T1 Baron, it started up. Keen has his ultimate available, the teleport getting invested.
Double 80 carry is going to do a nice amount of damage to this, but it's just so early. I mean, this is very risky from the side of T1. It is very T1-esque, but Gen.G not to be failed. And as you mentioned, the Destiny spots them all and makes this very easy. You can't back there. Okay, they're just going to fight it, I guess. Fate's Call utilized. The Tidal Wave does get a lot of value in this jungle. And it is a 4v5 here for Gen.G. Flash forward as gets stunned on the rocks at least, but Chovy will avoid his death.
Rough to me.
Oh, we got some fights in live. It is Canyon in a lot of trouble once again. Has to flash the wall. Nice little pick from the side of 2-1, but flash forward here. No cleanse onto Guma. He is in so much trouble, and down he goes. Pace gonna get that one. Keen nearly takes, or Zeus rather, nearly takes out Canyon. But Chovy gonna win the 1v1 here against Faker, and Zeus is so far behind enemy lines. T1 so broken up in this fight, and immediately Gen.G gonna capitalize on that one. A triple kill for Paze.
4-for-0! That's gonna be Nash! Gen.G go for a brawling composition, and brawl, they do. That's going to set
Zero
up
in that fight. And Chovy had obviously a lot more Spirit Rush after he picks up the kill. The angle from Keen was perfect with the flash on in. Identifies that Guma does not have his
powering team. You know, they've been stompy as hell. But it's easy to forget that against Gen.G, getting early game leads is quite tough. And when it comes to team fighting, Gen.G haven't really met their match, and in this series, I don't think they have either. I think that with the Soul going, or rather the Soul Point going over to Gen.G, them getting
the Baron
this early a Baron, are about to just 2-0 T1, and Gen.G winning shouldn't be a surprise given how good this team is domestically. But in this fashion, I am a bit baffled, Feldes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new year, a new roster. They look stronger than ever, and T1 have not matched them at all today. Was thinking that maybe in this early in the mid-game we had a bit of a challenge. Nice 3-man knockback here as Lehens and Keen are in a bit of trouble. Kennemin's going to help block some of that culling, and they do get pushed away for now, but Gen.G's still in the driver's seat.
Last game, it was just a jungle game. CS and the TF, they're going to be feeling quite good.
This time there's just not enough damage. As Owner doesn't do much. I mean, he does have a Sunfire. Don't let Ox hear me. But yeah, just not enough even in the 2v1. And Gen.G just going to utilize the end of the Baron buff and back away. It's 6,000 gold plus for the side of Gen.G in terms of the lead. Paze is immensely fed. We have Chovy even going for the Banshee Veil next, just in case. Doesn't want to get picked off as he is level 16, the highest level by far, 2 levels ahead of both solo laners on the side of T1. And I don't think anyone's ever going to match him in this game unless it goes very late, which Gen.G don't seem to have any intention of letting this one go much later.
Don't think they should, as the gold will equalize eventually. The shredding of resistances might be an Owner.
He's just going to try to run through this one. He does have to utilize his flash, but yeah, now a wall comes down here. That's, yeah, Faker's just probably dead here, in a ton of trouble. He will flash and immediately dies. Looking for an opportunistic angle, but it's actually Chovy who has found the angles so much more often in this game. Gen.G get the pick.
Chovy's charms, man. Second time he charms Faker off the wall that I have noticed in this game. And Faker was looking to hop, you can, with the Taliyah, hop back towards your turret. You can hop over small walls. But Chovy just perfectly knocks him out of it. Rather charms him out of it.
Oh, and there's another kill in live. It looks like Owner is just dead. And we're going to skip out of that replay. You know, we wished for a close series, but instead it's Gen.G just absolutely...
T1. Anything short of a miracle was not going to keep them in this game. QSS bot for Keen.
Yeah, Guma. Yeah. Oh boy.
Dead.
Yeah, they're making this one hurt as well. I mean, the teleport from behind Chovy's like, Okay, Chronicler, I see you. I'll make sure that you can vote for me in game 2. We've had a lot of games go very long in this meta nowadays, and it might be 2 games under 30 minutes.
Isn't like Pazer Lahens though? I feel like they did such a good job. Is this me trying to recuperate from my previous Chovy vote? Am I trying to overcorrect?
Yeah, I mean,
I do have a tendency to do so.
I don't think it's Keener Canyon.
No, I feel confident for
but
that one.
If
play
anyone
good
did like
games,
Pazer Lahens votes, I think that's fine. But
possible.
Chovy has been the most flashy.
He really has been. A possible angle here for T1 to pick up a bounty. They traded for Baron.
They will. I mean, they'll get the Cloud Drake, but to be honest, who cares? It's one Cloud Drake. It's a Baron going the way of Gen.G. And Guma's done the most damage, but that's because he has the ability called the Culling. And that's about the only reason in this game.
Valdez, I can't lie. I was expecting more. I was really psyching.
We all were.
We were psyching ourselves up.
We all were expecting
like this
more.
series is gonna, and it is amazing. I'm a Gen.G predictor.
Yeah, I'm sure you're feeling great.
But this is. Woo.
All right, Chovy. Oh, the charm again, and yeah, he'll cleanse it, but he barely gets away with his life. And yeah, at this point, Gen.G can pretty much do anything. They are so far ahead, over 11,000 gold. And it's early, but you can see that this is a very important series because if Gen.G do win this one...
And to this extent, Gen.G, I really all the praise for their gameplay in this one, and we're already winding up because it's an 11k gold lead.
It's over. The game is
done.
Yeah. I'm sure, I don't want to speak for you, Chronicler, but I'm sure that even though you guys did predict for Gen.G,
oh no,
you were probably thinking like 55, 45,
yeah,
maybe even closer.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone could have expected it to be this one-sided, but it is the way it is.
I know, maybe Jonah Strong.
Jonah Strong.
He does have a gift.
Yeah, you probably predicted 3-0, even though you're not allowed to do that in best of 3 series. Yeah, I think that Gen.G should just be applauded for coming in here against a really strong opponent and making them look a bit silly today. And Chovy, it almost looks like he took it personally as the max range. This is what I was talking about with the TF. You just have so much great target acquisition. And you layer 1 gold card with the charm with anything, and somebody's going to die. There it is. The Rail Engage comes in, and Gen.G, they want to end this game, and they want to end it now. The 2 Nexus turrets are going to go down as Gen.G will absolutely clobber T1 in a 2-0 victory tonight. They're playing with their food, just as we've seen Gen.G and T1 do many a time, but tonight it is all Gen.G all the way as they take them down in a 2-0.
Absolute massacre. The only way to